Hello everyone, this is Lee Mayo and this is my persuasive essay, Com 131. Learning a secondary language as an American should be a requirement in elementary school instead of just the latter stages of middle and high school. In Europe, according to The Guardian, it's commonplace for citizens of the European Union to learn and know English and possibly even a third language. American schools should push for a secondary language for three main reasons in elementary school. It would reduce cultural barriers. It would open the language to other speakers, enhancing social circles within that school and abroad, and allow Americans to look beyond its borders for employment relations and education with elementary school students. An educational track as an American student should ask themselves two questions, or as a parent of one of these students, what's in it for my student, and what does my educational system need, and how would it benefit the student in of itself? So today, my fellow students, I will argue that our next generation of students should be bi or trilingual, enhancing their possibilities in a multicultural, multilingual society, and why it's so important. Our secondary schools should introduce a secondary language in elementary. We have the means and the students, but do we have the understanding of how everyone would benefit from home abroad? So first thing we would need to do is diverse our educational standards. According to Pew Research, 75% of Americans only know English. That leaves the other 25% that know the world's languages, and there's a lot of them. This article by Kat Devlin from Pew Research says that European students in America already know English by our equivalent to 6th grade, 7th grade. Most European students, when they come over here for exchange students in high school, are already familiar with English standards and customs. But as Americans, we're not really familiar with that because we don't employ learning language in an earlier level. The second thing, it would appeal to our more of a multicultural citizenship and provide culture in school early. When you introduce things, new ideas in elementary school students, they're more susceptible to inclusion and cultural understanding. So they would understand more, where it wouldn't be such a difficulty as they get older, as their biases would get more narrowed. Another benefit would employ more teachers, more people that know another language. More Americans can teach another language here at home. It would create a culture of language. The United States has a lot of cultures coming in, but does it have its own culture of language in of itself? No, I would argue. Learning another language, also another benefit is learning another language makes a student more successful. The research is overwhelming. A Connecticut study says higher language equals higher scores. With that, language and opportunity would happen more easily for students that are growing up this day and age from elementary to high school that are already fluent in other languages. And there's also a lot of software out there that would help. Duolingo, Rosetta Stone, and Babbel, just to name a few, that can help the adult learn another language and become more culturally diverse. So in conclusion, I've explained a little bit about picking up a secondary language, how it can be helpful in the beginning stages of education, how it can help a society and help schools and teachers. By using language to understand culture, Americans have a great opportunity to address cultural diversity through communication other than policy. For example, if I'm completely fluent in Spanish, and I've been fluent in Spanish, say 6th grade, because 7th, 8th grade, since I started learning in elementary school, new doors would open. I could go to Mexico, South America, Spain, and manage in Italian. It would help me be an interpreter or a translator. That's just just because I know a secondary language. If I got into college and majored in something, I could always fall back on my secondary language to pay the bills, as it were. And as a society, America needs to have more culture and understanding within its borders. Defining the other as the other language is part of the reason why America lacks that diversity and can achieve through communication. When you add language learning software, it reduces language barriers, and that it can help success be achieved through better communication in American education with younger students. So by teaching younger students more about understanding, they're going to be more susceptible to greater changes and more understanding abroad. So anyway, thank you for listening to my persuasive speech. I hope you enjoyed, and have a good one.